What's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a massive transformation, a much needed mommy makeover, taking my client from a natural level 5 into a global bright blonde, including some hair extensions. And today I have my really good friend and hairstylist, Jedi Hairmaster. Hi. So stay tuned for the final results, and like always, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. And now let's go ahead and get started. So this is how my client came into me with some old Bellamy hair extensions that were placed strategically so she could do some like pigtails. And this was just like not working for her. The wefts were volume wefts. It did not match her hair texture. It didn't match her hair density, and they were just like the wrong type of extensions for her. So I'm here to fix her and help her out. So we went ahead and removed those. I had her come back a few months later, and this is how her hair looked. We just kind of gave it a break. I told her to do lots of treatments, and then we'll pick up with a brand new hair consultation. As far as your color, like what were you thinking about doing?
I like the very light, bright, cool tone stuff. But as you can see, I have a dark grow out, so I don't want it super high maintenance.
So when you say not high maintenance, how often are you thinking about coming back to the salon?
Like 6 to 8 weeks kind of thing.
Are you wanting to kind of incorporate some of your dark, or are you wanting to have like the appearance of an overall global blonde?
I would like the appearance of an overall global blonde.
Okay. For her formula, we're going to be starting out with some micro lights. So micro lights are back-to-back baby lights with very little hair in between. So this is why I have Yadira helping me today. She's been working with me forever. We're just gonna be like on the same page with the application process. What we're mixing up is Beyond Bond from Kenra Professional at a 1:2 mixing ratio with 20 volume developer. Basically our goal is just to get her as light as possible with that Beyond Bond, and wish us luck. For this project, I kept her sectioning really simple, just down the middle. This is what's going to help Yadira and I work in tandem. And there were some differences on how we did our application. I used a board and she did not. But at the end of the day, the end result will be the same. You can see we're taking all diagonal back sections, and each of our subsections are anywhere between a 1/2 inch to a 1/4 inch thick. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that these are micro lights when you want a maximum blend like this. Some little key things that we did have to take into consideration are her low lights that she had towards those mids and ends. So overall, just being really careful to not do too much overlap, because what can happen is the breakage. And so this was the real reason behind the lightener of choice. I'm really big on having different types of lightener in your arsenal, depending on the project that you're trying to achieve and the end result you're trying to achieve. Overall, the back took us about 30 minutes doing this with somebody else. This was like record timing. I highly recommend doing this project with somebody else, especially a color correction like this. And we basically kept on with the same similar technique on the sides, making everything pivot, and then also making sure that her hairline was thoroughly highlighted and foiled to her liking. So keep in mind, she wanted that appearance of a global blonde. So we went ahead and continued on with this entire application, Yadira and I. This entire foil process took us about 60 minutes. So a whole entire hour and a couple bowls of lightener to remix and reapply, because we wanted to make sure that each section as we were working had a fresh batch of lightener so we could get a nice even lift. And the whole purpose of this too was because she is pretty dark naturally, so we had a lot of hair to, or pigment to really push through. Now here's a little tip. This is how you know you're working with the best hair partner you could possibly work with. It's when your very final foil is in the exact same position as the other side. It mirrors each other. Holy foils, we decided to go ahead and let her process, which unfortunately took the longest process out of this entire appointment. But this gave us plenty of time to prep her hair extensions. So these are her old hair extensions on the right. These are the Bellamy volume wefts, but I decided to opt in for a Genius weft, which is so much more flatter to the head. And this is us prepping her hair extensions. So we always shampoo them out. This is just the Loma Daily shampoo.
It's a great general, cleanse. And then we went in with some toner to go ahead and kiss these blonde hair extensions so that way it can match the end result that we're trying to achieve with her actual hair. So once we were all done kind of toning these, now we had to go check on her foils 2 hours later.
So we got a little update. So now that her highlights finally pushed through after 2 hours of processing and reapplication, we got a nice solid level 9. We're really happy with the results. Because the Keratin Express blowout is a smoothing treatment and we do have to blow dry it in, flat iron it in. A lot of times what happens is the toner removes, it like kind of pulls out from the heat. So because of that, we are doing the Express blowout first. So the Express blowout is going to remove all of our frizz. We're going to have a beautiful canvas to work with. And it's going to mimic the texture that the hair extensions have. So that's really the purpose for it. Her hair is pretty curly and it is more on the coarse side, and she's got a lot of density on the interior of her hair because again she had that postpartum hair loss. She lost a lot of hair, so now she's got lots of different lengths of regrowth. So she's really gonna love this smoothing treatment. It's gonna last her about 6 to 8 weeks, but once we're done with this Express blowout, flat ironing it in, we're going to rinse her, do one gentle moisturizing shampoo, then we're gonna tone her. So after
I decided for her final toner to do a base break formula. So the base break is what's going to help lighten and brighten that virgin hair and also help diffuse the line between the highlights and the natural hair. And because she wanted something kind of low maintenance but also high maintenance at the same time, I had suggested doing the microlight with the base break. So that way she can come in every 6 weeks or so. So that way it's not the same type of maintenance as like a bleach and tone. So it's going to buy her a couple more weeks. So once we got that base break formula right on her root, I'm actually using Kenra's Studio Stylist Express here. It works in 10 minutes. I went ahead and did that end formula as well. So in total, that just took about 15 minutes, and then I finished her off with some K18. So this is going to help with the disulfide bonds, and we got her extensions all ready to go. And just to make sure we do color match them, to make sure in indoor lighting that they do match. So this is what her hair looks like without the extensions right before we're going to add them in. You can see we got tons of blending. It looks like a really beautiful shade. And now we're just going to go ahead and give her a couple rows. So making sure to put our silicone beads in, and you can see how much flatter these wefts are for these Genius wefts. So like I mentioned, we did 3 rows here, and just making sure that everything feels comfortable because we did do a lot to her hair all in one day. So this is really, really important. Her priority was to make sure that we kept these extensions as long as possible. She did opt in for some 22-inch hair extensions because her overall goal was just to be longer, blonder, and on her way to growing out her natural hair.
This project ended up being a 2-day project, although we did finish yesterday in completion. The entire service took 9 hours. I so desperately wanted to get some really great shots in natural daylight, so she's going to be coming back in today for us to finish up some more styling and to take some amazing photos. And I'm so excited that she agreed to come back, because usually when clients are kind of done with their service, they just want to go home and be done with it. But I'm so excited with the turnout and the end result and the color, like everything. The extensions matched so beautifully. There are some little areas where, we need to fix, because technically this was a mini color correction because there was some low lights and stuff going on that we didn't quite get to lighten that we really wanted to. So we did a lot for one service today. So I'm so excited to see her back in 6 weeks and kind of do those little touch-ups. Any final thoughts, Yadira?
My brain is fried from yesterday still.
What was the most challenging part of yesterday?
The pockets of dark going through the mids and ends.
Yeah.
Was hard to kind of like navigate and not overlap some of that bleach.
You're trying to avoid overlapping, but there was no help in not overlapping.
Yeah.
So, but we kept the integrity of her hair, and I think it turned out really great. I really like the extensions. Like, Yadira did an amazing job blending the extensions, and you know, just the collaboration between us in like using different formulas to make it match, pretty impressive.
Heck yeah. The application for the baby light, so fast.
Right? We got that done in like an hour for both of us. Like, highly recommend, 10 out of 10. Do a baby light with a hair bestie. Now, if you want to learn all of the details, the formulas, and all of the nitty-gritty that went into this appointment, basically you want all of the deets, you're gonna want to check out the same video but in the membership site right here on YouTube. I'm gonna put the link down below, so if you want to check that out. And I really hope you enjoyed this hair video, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. You can check me out on all of my other social channels like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, all under Mirella Manelli. Yadira is on Jedi
Hair master on everything.
Yadira does like a ton of Vivid, so make sure you go check her out. For more education, you can head on over to morellamanelli.com, and I'll see you in the next video.